Hi everyone, Michelle Zanasek here, Run With It VA. Okay, so today I want to talk about pricing when it comes to a virtual assistant. This can be kind of a touchy subject, because it's about money, and usually that can be touchy. But also, I just think there's a lot of misinformation and confusion around how much a virtual assistant should be charging. I, my rule of thumb typically is if it's not my industry, it really is not my place to tell someone what they should be charging. But I know there are a lot of people out there who have their own ideas of how much virtual assistants should charge, and that is a lot of that is because it's related to admin work, and even though most of us recognize the importance of admin work, I think we get this idea that oh, it's easy work. Well, I mean, if it was so easy, then you wouldn't need to outsource it. So that may sound a little rough, but it's true. I mean, it's just like I wouldn't try to fix some plumbing in my house because I'm not a plumber. Not saying that people can't do it for themselves, not to say that I haven't tried to fix my own plumbing before, but I certainly would never tell a plumber what they should charge because that's not my business. It's not my area of expertise. So hopefully we can relate to what I'm saying here about that. The same thing would apply to a lawyer. It's not my place to tell a lawyer how much they should be charging, because it's not my area of expertise. So that being said, there are some general price points that I want to spell out for people here. And understand that, it's just they're just kind of guidelines. Obviously, a virtual assistant can set their own pricing. And I'm certainly not saying that, that there probably are virtual assistants out there that overcharge based on, market standards. But honestly, there are people who would probably say that I charge too much. I don't agree with that. So, I mean, they certainly are entitled to their opinion, and that's fine. But I'm going to spell out those kind of guidelines, but understand that, every VA is going to set their own pricing. And so if you get into a place where you're pricing out virtual assistants, this is just kind of just so you kind of understand the range you should be looking at. And also understand that obviously there are VAs that are in other countries. And I will tell you that the VAs that are in other countries, yes, they charge very little, but they don't like doing that. None of them do, but they feel like they have to because nobody will give them work if they don't. Because people associate hiring a VA from the Philippines as hiring someone they can pay them less than $5 an hour. I don't agree with that mindset, period. I don't care where someone lives. It just is not right to pay someone that little. And I will tell you, like I said, I had these conversations with these virtual assistants, and they, like I said, they only do it because they feel like they have to. They can't get work otherwise. And the thing is there are entrepreneurs out there, like coaches, who actually teach their clients that this is how they can get help and save money at the same time. And I just think, I think that's just so wrong. But that's what keeps that going. And unfortunately for these VAs, the only way it's ever going to stop is for them to stop tolerating it. But even if one stops tolerating it, someone else isn't, and they're taking the work. And it's a vicious cycle, and it's not right. That being said, the other thing to keep in mind as you're hiring, when you think of yourself in the United States and paying taxes and hiring an employee and all of that, okay, so talking United States specific here. You have to understand that when you hire a virtual assistant, you're hiring an independent contractor. So you aren't paying those fees that you would pay if you were hiring an employee. So you can hire an employee, an administrative person as an employee, and pay them $15 to $20 an hour. But that's because you're also having to pay their taxes, unemployment insurance, and you have to supply them with all this and all that. That's just when you hire a virtual assistant as an independent contractor, the VA is paying for that stuff themselves. So understand that means then you're going to pay more for an independent contractor because they have to A, cover those costs, and B, like you as a business owner, they want to make money. They're not in this to, break even. They're in it to make money. And so you have to cover those costs. You have to cover the costs of running a business, and then you want to make a profit at the end of the day. So now, I still would say it's far cheaper for you to hire a virtual assistant versus hiring an employee, and we'll get into that in a minute as well. So as far as those general price points, let's get into those. So if you hire a VA to do like general admin work, whether it's inbox management, email inbox management, calendar management, follow-up phone calls for you, that's going to be anywhere from the $25 to $35 an hour range. And that is going to be based on experience. And ultimately it's going to be based on the VA and how they see their worth. I'm not going to tell you that there aren't general VAs out there that charge $40 an hour. They might, and they might be worth that. But that is obviously up to you to decide that. If you're hiring a virtual assistant to do, let's say, social media management, creating graphics and stuff like that, I'd say that's anywhere between the $40 to $50 an hour range. But in that instance, I would say the virtual assistant should be package pricing that. They shouldn't be charging hourly for that kind of service. But understand that, those of us who, I know that there are a lot of business owners who do their own social media and create their own graphics, and it's time consuming. It's not, and just because, and it's time consuming no matter who does it, whether you hire a VA to do it or whether you do it yourself. So understand that social media management is not going to be cheap because they have to create the graphics and create the content and schedule it. And maybe you have them interacting with your audience as well. So this all takes up time. Yes, they should be package pricing it, but it does take time. And so you need to understand that there's value in that. Okay. The next tier of services would be where I fall in with like the tech assistants. So, there are plenty of business owners who know tech and can do it themselves. But, if you're going to grow your business, you have to get to a point where you're outsourcing that, even if you know how to do it. That's time away from you doing what makes you money. So, and that's going to be anywhere from the $50 to $70 an hour range. Again, depending on what the VA is doing for you, they should be package pricing that their services. But, even for myself, I have clients that I do a hodgepodge of different things for. And so it just makes more sense to do hourly. But I have package pricing as well. And that's on my website if you ever want to go look at it. It's runwithitva.com. So, so that being said, those are guidelines. Not going to say that there aren't VAs out there that charge less or charge more. But it's a guideline. And so just remember that you are, when you hire a virtual assistant who's an independent contractor, you're not paying those fees that go into hiring an employee. Okay. And so let's say you hire a virtual assistant to do 10 hours worth of work for you. And let's say it's general admin work and you're hiring them at $35 an hour. 10 hours a month at $35 an hour, that's $350. I mean, it's really not that much money for 10 hours of work in a month. And as a business owner who works for yourself, most likely you don't have that much work. As you grow, and depending on how much you have going on, you want to, you want to make sure that you're, obviously giving more work to your VA. And depending on what kind of work you're outsourcing, you might need more than one VA because, like I'm a tech VA, but you wouldn't want me managing your email inbox because I struggle to manage my own. So you don't want me doing that. So if you want someone to manage your email inbox, then you want to hire a VA who can do that. If you want someone who can maintain your website and even do some design work on your website, you are going to pay a different rate, and most likely it's going to be a different VA than who might be managing your email inbox. I'm not saying there aren't VAs out there who can do both. Maybe there are. But understand that there are different skill sets. And if you have a VA and you want to give them certain work, you may find that maybe that's not something that they're good at, and you might have to bring on another VA to do that work. And it'll be a different rate, most likely. So just, factor that in when, you're thinking about hiring a VA. Take my price points that I gave here as guidelines and do the math and figure, and, your budget, you know how much you can afford. And so, so that's, that's going to be important for you to know before you hire a VA, what you want them to do and how much you can afford to pay them. So, and then you want to make sure you talk to a few different VAs and get their pricing, and obviously you're gonna notice from talking to them who might be a good fit, who might not be. And you might end up saying, this VA is a little more money, but I think she's a better fit for me than this VA over here. And so I'm going to go that route, but that's okay too. So anyway, I hope this information has been helpful. I hope that hearing this from the standpoint of a virtual assistant helps you understand a little bit more about the pricing structure that goes into, being a VA and the different things that we can do. Administrative work is no longer just typing and filing and answering phones. There's so much, social media management is admin work. Website maintenance is admin work. When you're doing any sort of email marketing, if you need help with that, that's admin work. So it's, there's more to admin work again than typing and filing and answering phones. So I hope this, like I said, I hope this has been helpful. Understand too that I have this new group coaching program that is meant for people who may not be ready to hire a VA, or maybe they just want to do this stuff themselves, but you get stuck. And so I have this new group coaching program I started. It's called the Savvy Online Help Desk. And so it's just that, it's an online help desk for you to utilize when you need it. And right now it's priced at $79 per month. If you purchase for an entire year, it's $797. So it's you save like over $150 if you purchase the year versus purchasing month by month. I am going to be doing a Black Friday sale, so you're going to see those prices, special pricing for that. Let's see, probably by the week of November 15th, you will see special pricing for that. And again, it's Black Friday pricing, so it's only going to be good for a limited amount of time. I hope I'll put the link to the program underneath this video. And if you want to check it out, I have a video on that page that explains what it's about, how it works, and how it will help you. But again, it's meant to help business owners like yourself who maybe are not in a position to hire a VA to handle their tech work, or maybe it's something you want to learn to do for yourself. And so, but you need some guidance. And we all know how some of these, online platforms and their options for getting help with them can be limiting. A lot of times it's chat only, and it can be hard to get the help you need over chat. So again, the link will be below the video. Check it out. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you on the next blog post. Talk to you soon.